Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to be bullshitting about the horrible idea that it is so far to make video games into TV shows or movies. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Grandma's one.
What brought this particular topic up is that on the 6th, 2 days ago, Thursday, Activision went ahead and they announced out that they were going to be putting together a Call of Duty cinematic universe based off of the popular video game franchise to start producing movies and TV shows that are all wrapped together in an interconnected, cinematic universe. Now, this isn't something that is completely coming out of the blue. Back in 2015, that's when they formed the Activision Blizzard Studios, which was an entertainment arm based off of, the main publisher, to go ahead and start focusing on making movies for based off their video games. You may have seen the World of Warcraft movie, which was put out last year. That one was, received rather lukewarm. It had a lukewarm reception. Didn't do too well here in the States. Did gangbusters in China. All right. I don't know if they did much more than break even or got themselves a little bit of a profit on it. So the possibility of there being a direct sequel put out again with the same type of budget they did with the first one is actually very, very slim. All right. Now, then that brings us to, Activision's other cash cow, which is the Call of Duty series. They release a game every fucking year. It sells like gangbusters. For every new year, there's always a reason for, prepubescent teens to go ahead and jump on and to call each other names online and to question each other's sexuality, tell each other how they fucked each other's moms, and other things, on a regular basis. It used to be the reason that, Xbox 360s got banned every fucking year, but we're kind of past that now. So Activision is going to go ahead and they're going to work on a Call of Duty cinematic universe. If it's not obvious by now, I don't think it's the greatest of ideas, but I'm going to open the floor out. We're going to discuss this right now. All right. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Just jump on in.
No, wait a minute. A cinematic universe. So you mean to tell me that they're going to try to make every Call of Duty game based on a war episodic and to try to tie everything up as far as saying this, and they're going to make everything related? No.
Yep.
No. So are they going to have a first-person Doom the movie? Are they going to is this cinematic universe or a movie adaptation? Is it going to star? Is it going to star Vin Diesel? Is it going to star? Look again, or is Tom Hanks going to be in uniform? Are they going to get motherfuckers like Mr. Motherfucker Samuel L. Jackson or Denzel Washington to play any of these roles? Maybe they'll get Kevin Spacey. I don't understand. Okay, there are fans of the game, widely fans of the game, any Call of Duty. So yes, some are liked more than others, but again, how can they make a cinematic universe out of this? It's just going to be, okay, certain people going to war and dying sooner or later. That's it. Don't get attached to these characters. I mean, I don't see how you can at this point, because after 7 or 13 episodes, that character is going to die a horrible death. If that character, I just see it that way. Or the coolest character at least is going to die, and the douchiest, dorkiest one survive.
You know how it is. The first black person.
Okay, are they going to do this for the Civil War? Are they going to do this for, how far back are they going to go, and which wars are they going to actually do? Are they just going to be video game adaptations of every Call of Duty game where everyone dies by the fucking nuke? Or, I don't know. I'm open-minded, but I'm not too fond of it at this point. Gray Mouse, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's. I think it's.
What they're gonna? What is Marvel going to be a part of this too? And Captain America is going to be a start of the World War II edition of Call of Duty cinematic. Yeah, it's basically going to be the Captain America without the serum, without the shield, without any of that. It's just going to be.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it will be more like the television show, like Tour of Duty, or
What?
like MASH. It could be like that.
No, not MASH.
I'm just saying, we don't know. We don't know. That's the hardest part. I mean, I guess I'm sorry. I just have to stifle my enthusiasm here, because all they said was, "Here you go, guys. We're announcing the Call of Duty cinematic universe." And I have the same questions as everybody else. Is it going to go based off the games? I mean, what, we have 10 years worth of games to cover, or more than that? So I don't know. They just gave us that we're putting out a cinematic universe. So, and like I said, I can't really say yay or nay here, because they didn't give us enough information. And I'll be foolish to sit here and say I hate it.
What information could they give? It's Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, they could at least gave us, what they're going to do, other than just announcing that the cinematic universe is going to be built.
Wait, you're going to have dudes, guns, grenades, and war.
No, I'm talking about what era. Like for example, like, is it going to go to World War II?
Don't be the cut you off, Gray Mouse, but that doesn't matter at this point.
Well, actually, I think it
No
kind
matter
of does.
where it is, it's going to be exactly what I just described.
I actually think it does. It's going to matter. I think that maybe they'll go. There's so many genres. I mean, it could go into the future, and it could go in the past as far back as World War I. So, I mean, there's a huge range of things. But what I find interesting is, how are they going to? When they said cinematic universe, I kind of, maybe because I'm thinking Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that how everything comes together. I don't know how they're going to do this. Somebody's got to come up with something. But, I mean, like the Reverend was saying, this idea was tossed around back in 2015. So between then and now, maybe they have actually came up with something that will be good, that they actually laid it out.
There's already stuff like that. It's called Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan, the Vietnam part of Forrest Gump, that type of thing.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, all right? So, Stacy Shear, which is one of the Activision Blizzard Studios co-president, she was talking with The Guardian, and they were explaining, all right, these are the long-term plans, okay? Or she was mentioning what she could about their long-term plans. And it turns out that they have long-term plans in place for Call of Duty movies that are supposed to span several years' worth of movies, each being a different part of the Call of Duty video games to the big screen, all right? And in her words, we have plotted out many years. We have put together this group of writers to talk about where we are going. There'll be a film that feels more like Black Ops, the story behind the story, the Modern Warfare series at what it's like to fight a war with eyes of the world on you, and then maybe something that's more of a hybrid where you're looking at the private covert operations with a public operation going on. I just, so she's saying that.
So there will be a movie every year, just like there's a game every year.
Or there's going to be there's definitely going to be direct parallels between the games and the movies. And to be frank, the set pieces and the design.
Are the movies going to have DLC too?
Yeah, that's called a director's cut. Okay.
They've been doing that for years, by the way.
Yeah. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and they're going to theme. They're going to approach each.
No, I meant when you go to the theater.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to approach.
To see certain parts.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to make each movie thematically follow each, a different game. All right, which okay.
So they're going to take the cutscenes from the game and put them in the fucking movie.
Would it be like a subset, because you got Modern Warfare, you got Advanced Warfare, and you also got like the earlier ones,
Well, she was talking about that in our thing, and the thing about it is that to their credit, a lot of the way that the games play out with their set pieces and the way that the actual events are scripted to go ahead and play through each act and everything, they have gotten more and more cinematic. Okay, you got to remember, Infinity Ward were originally the guys who did the Medal of Honor series. If you played the Medal of Storming of the Beach in Normandy in Medal of Honor, all right, is just fucking mind blowing. Okay, they had ideas how to go ahead and handle this all the way back then, so I can kind of see direction, creatively how they might want to go ahead and frame it. That's still not going to stop me from saying I think this is a bad fucking idea.
But let me be the opposition here. Do you think that they will focus on like one squad of a certain, or one person in a squad? There's so many different ways that they could actually do that and actually bring the audience into it. And like you said, what she said in that interview was, see how it felt like, being a soldier in a war that you can't win, or whatever, So, with that little bit of information, I'm kind of growing a little bit more to the other side now. That at first I thought it was a ridiculous kind of idea that no way it's going to be popular. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, but if it's done correctly and properly with a direction and obvious, I'm not saying to be obvious where we know the plot, but an obvious direction where it's cohesive, where everything ties in, I'm all for it. I'm all for a war movie. I love war movies. I've always have, But so
it's basically going to be an extension of the ending of Halo Reach, where you're trying to survive.
I don't know. There's so many different directions that this can go in, and of course, like you said, Dean, it could tank, but I think that the core audience is there because Call of Duty is one of those games that, or IP, or whatever you want to call it, it's immensely popular. Otherwise they wouldn't be putting a game out every year. But there is a huge fan base.
Well, but we're talking about adaptations to the big screen or to a TV series.
I would think they would go small screen first before they go.
And hardly if any of that has been successful when it's come to gaming.
Well, it would be. I would hope that they would go to the small screen first, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, or whatever. Throw it out there. Okay, here's the beginning of the cinematic universe, and then build up. And as you follow these characters and get bigger. I'm not saying like kill the character in the television series, but I would love to see a character move from the small screen up to the big screen to the finale where all hell breaks loose and humans have to leave Earth because of all the nuclear bombs going off. I'm just saying, I would love to follow something.
Come on. They already have TV shows where you can't get attached to characters because they will die in the range of weeks.
Walking Dead, I'm looking at you. But yeah,
or Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is like that too.
I really think that if they do it on the small screen first and build up.
So basically, this is going to be like the Vampire Diaries.
No, it better not be no Twilight bullshit. No.
Yes, it will be.
No, it better not be no sparkling fucking soldiers.
No, yeah, there'll be sparkling bullets, especially when they bank off fucking helmets and shit. No, but here's what I'm getting at here. This either has to be from the diaries of the soldiers that wrote it, or motherfuckers are going to pass away.
Well, see, look.
It's just
one movie by Clint Eastwood, Letters of Iwo Jima, was actually a really good movie. In retrospect to what at the beginning they dig up the ladders, the soldiers that were on Iwo Jima, and that through those letters they told the story. So I mean, I could see that working in the Call of Duty as well, but I don't think they're going to go that route though. I mean, I think it's going to be more boots on the ground. I'm Soldier A or Sergeant A in this war here. Maybe his brother is, years later, is in the other war somehow to connect.
So it's going to be like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump.
It could be,
or it's going to be like The Fall of Reach when they had that series going.
Mm-hmm. It could be. I mean, like you said, it's a fucking war movie. It's going to be a war movie. It's
got to be about war. And look, it just can't be about war and just war alone. There has to be friendships build up.
Yeah, there's going to have to be people dying. Humanize war. I hate saying that. That doesn't sound. That's kind of an oxymoron, humanize war. But you have to reach a certain point where you actually.
Well, we got to give a fuck about the characters.
That's what I was going to say. You actually had to sympathetic.
There has to be character development instead of.
Yeah.
Or in this case.
I agree. You definitely have to build up an audience to where they're sympathetic.
I guess we need to see a trailer or
You're killing me, man.
We would need to see that in order for us to make our first initial judgment so we can at least give it a chance.
Well, like I was trying to say, they got to build up sympathetic to the soldiers, to where the audience is sympathetic to the soldiers. But not to a point to where you can't kill off a main character.
Yeah, they would have to have a main character. You have to be attached to that main character. You have to relate to that main character. And that main character has to be in all kinds of roles. He can't be a total douchebag.
Yeah.
We have to care. We have to give a fuck. We can't say, die, kill, look, get shot in the fucking head, I don't like you. We can't do that, especially if they're going to be U.S. soldiers. I mean, come on. You're going to be cheering on United States soldiers to die in a fucking war.
And one thing I didn't think about either, too, or also is, although it wasn't very popular, was Call of Duty Ghosts. A lot of people didn't like that. I actually liked it. The way it ended was fucked up. I wish there was going to be another one, but it didn't do too well, so I highly doubt it. And Ghosts is basically recon. So, I mean, there's so much stuff. There's so many games, so much context from those games that can be pulled into the cinematic universe. And if it's done right, and to me, by listening to what the Reverend was saying a few minutes ago, was that it seems like it was thought through. It seems like they didn't just throw it out there and say, hey, fuck it, man. This is an awesome IP. We're just going to make a movie out of it.
Oh, like what Super Mario Brothers did with theirs, like what Double Dragon did with theirs, like Street Fighter did with theirs, and
Yeah, list goes on. But the thing is, though, they were thinking about it in 2015, and, so I guess some thought process has gone through. It's not just, you're not throwing shit against the wall and see what.
Well, besides war, what else can there be? That's one-dimensional as it gets. So they're going to have to expand or else.
Well, like you said, there's modern warfare, advanced warfare, and those are some popular genres within,
I have absolutely no faith at all.
Wow.
That they can coherently put together something that's going to span and handle itself correctly with one movie, much less than 3. All right? Look, I would love to be proven wrong, all right? the last video game movie that came out that was supposed to be the savior that was going to break the fucking string of horrible video game adaptations was Assassin's Creed. And it turns out that, yeah, they spent a lot of money on it to get a lot of A-list fucking actors and everything. They marketed the shit out of it, and it turned out to be a piece of shit. Okay.
So which one are they going to do?
It doesn't fucking matter. It's all going to suck. All right? It doesn't fucking matter to me. All right, okay?
What about World at War? I mean, that could be their final thing, you know, Call of Duty War at War. I'm not as pessimistic as you. I mean, I'm not overly optimistic.
No, he's not pessimistic. He's just going by
that's just being straight
the constant history of how
don't sugarcoat that shit. That's being pessimistic. That's being.
But wait a minute. If we're going to go by how video games do on a big screen or anything like that,
yeah,
that's going by trend, not being just pessimistic about it. Because look at what the reference just said. Look at the Assassin's Creed movie.
And to be honest, I didn't even know it was released. I mean, for Christ's sake, I texted you guys. I texted you guys. I said, "Did this go direct to DVD?"
No, we talked about it.
And I didn't know. So,
well, we talked about it on our channel.
Yeah.
We fucking talked about the damn trailers.
That's all we talked about.
Like I said, I don't have any faith at all that this is going to turn out good. Okay, let's just say it like this. Okay, for the longest time, a lot of people were like, okay, well, if we go ahead and we get people to go ahead and do video game movies or video game adaptations to like TVs or shows or stuff like that, you know, that would be great. And turns out they decided to, but they did it really cheaply, and they're hoping to make a quick buck. And they're like, oh, these things are so successful, people are going to go ahead and see them anyways. Well, guess what? We've been dealing with that for the better part of 30 fucking years. Okay. Yeah. The general consumer, the general video game fan, guess what? They aren't that naive anymore. Okay, that's just the truth of the matter. Okay, so they've got to put some real effort into it. The problem is that when you say real effort to executives who are not part of, you know, a creative process, real effort, what they hear on that end is when somebody goes ahead and mentions real effort is that somebody got to go ahead and open up their wallet and they got to throw a lot of fucking money at it. Okay, guess what? They did that for Assassin's Creed, and it still turned out to be a piece of shit. All right. So again, I don't have much to say on this other than the fact that I have no faith that this is going to be good. Okay, I would love to be proven wrong. Okay, and the thing with Call of Duty, all right, is that okay, they want to go ahead and make a series out of this. All right, how much different is movie A going to be from movie B to movie C? All right.
Either people are going to die at the end or people are not.
The only way that I can see that it's going to go ahead and be much different from, you know, if movies are based off of games and the series and stuff like that, you know, what are they going to sit there and start saying, oh, I can't call this airstrike in because I called it in, you know, just 2 minutes ago and I got to let my cooldown timer go ahead and drop. Or can you kill 2 more guys for me so you can go ahead and pop that perk and we can go ahead and call another fucking airstrike? Are they really going to do that bullshit? Really, I'm asking this. I'm asking this honestly. You know, and the thing about this is that they have the folks that are the co-presidents of Activision Blizzard Studios. They have worked as producers for major films out there. You know, they've helped along a lot of the Tarantino films come out and other big movies come out. I just don't know I don't know if there's anybody that exists that can turn a video game into a good cinematic property like there is with Kevin Feige and Marvel. Okay. And they're trying to follow those type of footsteps, but I don't think they have that person yet. Okay. The thing with Kevin Feige is that he came up through comic books and also producing and fucking working within movies and all that. He was a fan of the material. These people, they might just be fucking studio execs, big Hollywood producers that were on other major projects that had just a low enough fucking price tag in order to be hired by Activision Blizzard to be presidents of this fucking studio.
So
all right.
I got a real quick question here. Do you think the amount of success that Marvel Cinematic Universe has been, do you think that's a bad thing for everything else? Because apparently it seems that everybody's trying to play catch up with Marvel, DC included. And I'm just kind of wondering, did Marvel set a precedent, and now everybody's trying to get the piece of that pie?
Well,
is this hang on? Is this a direct what am I looking for? A direct consequence for this of them being successful?
Wait, you've got the Fast and the Furious movies that have reached 8 movies now. You have the Harry Potter movies that reached a plateau. You have the Star Wars series that reached a plateau. Indiana Jones came back.
But those aren't video games, though.
But again, you're talking about, neither is Marvel. That's a comic book adaptation. Those are superheroes, and shit. Those Marvel video games had nothing to do with these movies.
Yeah. Here's the thing. All right. Has Marvel's success been bad for the industry? No. All right. What is bad for the industry is a whole bunch of other people in the industry saying we got to do the exact same thing without doing the same thing. All right. But they don't have the fucking planning. They don't have the writing. They don't have the fucking foresight. And they don't have the dedication to go ahead and stick to something that's going to play out on a long fucking game instead of just saying we've got to pop out fucking Instamatic hits that go ahead and drop 1.2 fucking billion on a worldwide gross. That's what all the other competitors are saying. Hey, look, if we do something like Marvel, we're guaranteed $1 billion. No, you're not, motherfuckers. Even the shit that Marvel does isn't guaranteed $1 billion fucking dollars.
Well, that was the point that I was trying to make with that, was that, the amount of success that Marvel had, and like I said, everybody wants a piece of that popularity.
But I just named series of movies that came out that had success as well. It wasn't just Marvel. It's just that these other movie series was done correctly to a point where there was stomach by their fans. If you go and read the Harry Potter books and see the Harry Potter movies, there's not too much of a fucking difference to the average person. To the big Harry Potter fans that read the books are a different fucking story. Call of Duty fans, see, that's the thing about the video game adaptations. As gamers, we're going to know in seconds if they really gave a fuck about making this shit or not. And the thing about it is, the source material's right fucking there. But the thing about Call of Duty is that you just can't copy and paste this type of source material. You just can't. There has to be some form of substance to it in order to keep our fucking interest. Especially in the main characters.
Now that you mentioned it, you know what? Very interesting thought popped in my head. All of the Call of Duty games, there is no cohesiveness in there. They're completely different, separate stories.
And that's what I'm saying. How are they going to put this at an episodic tale?
That's going to be a problem to tie together. And
again, they're going to try to have some. That's what I'm saying. They're going to try to have some Lieutenant Dan fucker that died in each and every one of these wars until you get to Lieutenant Dan himself, and he just gets his legs blown off and survives to tell his story at the end, and he ends up happily ever after somehow. That's what they're going to fucking do.
No, he's not going to end up living happily ever after. What's going to happen is that he's going to get his arms and limbs blown off, and then he's going to have robotic ones put on, and then they're going to shoot him out to space to start the fucking Infinite Warfare fucking series. Or the Infinite Warfare movie.
No, he'll be commander.
Oh, no, after he fights aliens. All right. and then they'll fast forward like a decade later, 2 decades later, where he becomes a fucking commander. All right, but really, that's kind of what we're looking at. All right, there.
I tell
If you are giving me any other series, all right, that wasn't so dependent on fucking multiplayer, all right, for its constant success and persistence in the market, okay, where it had a much deeper lore and a much deeper storyline, then I would say, okay, look, we might have a better chance here. But as it is, I have no fucking faith in this. Okay,
look, you guys are correct. I mean, it's not Halo. At least in Halo, there is a continuation of the story throughout the game.
Characters that you can grasp.
Correct. And then Call of Duty, none of the games really correlate with each other. So they got
They're just going to throw shit together, throw characters together that they're going to be like, okay, relate to this motherfucker.
Yeah, they got a huge challenge. But like I said, I hope that they aim for the small screen first. It can still be a cinematic universe on the small screen. I mean, I guess when they think cinematic universe, you're automatically thinking big fucking movie theater type screen. I mean, it very well could be. I think it would find, my personal opinion, I think it would find a more success as a Netflix original series or whatever than throwing that shit up on a big screen and having
like Iron Fist,
fucking Batman versus Superman shit. I'm just saying.
Hey, look at Marvel's Iron Fist. That didn't do so well.
Actually, you know what's the funniest thing about Iron Fist is, as critically panned as it was, it actually had a much bigger opening than all of the other Marvel Netflix shows combined. So,
well, yeah. The trailers were good. That's right.
But let's yeah. I mean, I guess
Gray Mouse. It's not just being pessimistic. This is gaming adaptations, and look at what they. Again, like you said, they got a big fucking challenge, but I don't see anything that they can bring as far as it having substance to if they're gonna go.
Yeah, you guys are right. I'm not gonna argue that point at all. But again, like we've said in several videos before, we don't hope that shit fucking fails. No, we need this breakout fucking series from.
And whatever happened to the Halo series that Steven Spielberg was supposed to be fucking making?
He went back to actually making real fucking movies is what happened, all right? That's what his plans are, okay? And let's just leave it at that, okay? Yeah, we're running low on this session. I mean, I would love to be surprised. All of us here in this particular video would love to be surprised. Really what we want to know is if you've actually gotten up to this far, what are your thoughts? What do you expect with this? You know, Activision Blizzard Studios and everything else, granted, there's a lot of things that they can go ahead and they can make movies out of. In fact, I would rather them go ahead and make a Pitfall Harry movie before a fucking Call of Duty movie.
You might as well just watch Bear Grylls.
Hey, you know, I like I said, I would rather them do that. You know, that has a lot more substance to it than any of this shit. They could probably make a Skylanders fucking movie, all right, series that would be a lot easier to go ahead and adapt. All right, at least with this, you can sit there and say, hey, look, it's cartoon fucking characters and shit like that based off of toys, and I'm not going to be expecting a lot. It's for the kids, fine, But with this one, folks, if you've got all the way to the end, please leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about it. What do you expect from it? Is there some other game that you would rather see Activision Blizzard go out of their way and make a movie out of, or a TV series, or anything like that? We'd like to know. While you're at it, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Every time you hit like and you hit subscribe, that helps us out a lot. We are the middle-aged guys, and we've been bullshitting for like the last almost 40 minutes about the fact that Activision Blizzard thinks that it's a good idea to make some sort of cinematic project out of the Call of Duty games. Yeah. Our bullshit on that ends here. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, every form of entertainment has a right to exist, even if you don't like it. If this does do well, I mean, I know I'll eat my words, but then again, fanboys will make sure it does well, just because they're fanboys. Credits.